Yes, the Youth Public Art Walk. What is that about? We didn't get as far as India or anywhere exotic like that, but we did manage to get off campus during this walk. Just some background to this art walk. In 2011, we ran something called the Public Art Studio course in the Fine Arts Department here. And one of the projects was to collaboratively with the class members create a project, a site-specific project that would be installed at Langara Station for a period of 6 months or a year. So this is it being installed. This would be January 2012. Forward. Here it is installed on a sunny day, and yeah, it's called Tread Lightly, and it's now presently it's been moved from the station to this building just above the security office. So the Public Art Walk was really organized mainly by Heather Burgess, who is here. Do you want to just put up your hand there, Heather? It's Heather Burgess. She really came up with the idea and did most of the organizing and applied for the funding through the innovation program. And her idea was, yes, there she is under the arrow there, was to bring about 60 students from high schools, Lord Byng and Point Grey high schools, who are were art students, and with their teachers, they came to Langara, and the idea was that my class, this is September of 2011 or 2012 now, would meet them at various stations along the Canada line and talk about the public art that is present there. So we met just out in the campus here, and fortunately it was a nice day. And there's Heather kind of explaining how the day would unfold to all of the students. And there's my group as a small class, but very lively, and they were really into doing this project. They were excited about it. They came to make art, and here they were talking to high school students about art instead. So it's a bit nerve-wracking for them, but they pulled through. Here's Heather explaining another facet to the whole art walk idea, and that is to, we wanted them to walk away with something, a little art project that they did on their own. So we decided to make something we call tokens, little pieces, 4 by 6, I think, pieces of plexiglass. And they were to make little sketches along the route while they were visiting the artworks. And just make sketches of anything they saw or were interested by. And then that would be transferred through a certain process that was explained to them to get that sandblasted image onto the plexiglass and just put little wooden wheels on it to kind of imply the transit nature, and also to make the plexiglass stand up on its own. So here's, we split into groups and just proceeded off to the Langara station. Here's one of the students in my class, Natalia Nguyen, just explaining about Tread Lightly. And and I was just amazed at how interested the art, or the high school students were, and very intent. This is Janice Fairley. She works with the Canada Line and takes care of all of the public art along in the stations, and she had a few words to say to the group. And they responded. I don't know where they got these masks, but they just responded by holding up masks, and I don't know why. So here's art. Here's the station at Broadway in Cambie. Magdalena Abakanowicz, big cast iron figures. And so there's 2 students in class just talking about her work. And again, they were just making sketches and asking questions and very interested in the art. And here's a student who really got into the work and interacting, but hey, they're cast iron, so she wasn't damaging anything. So here's another station at Cambie and 25th, a smaller piece in the window there, and a couple of my students, Janine and Stephen, talking about the work there. One problem we had was that it was extremely noisy at some of the sites with all the traffic on Cambie Street, but this was indoors, so it was a little bit better. We brought them, everybody reconvened here at the, in the C building, where we fed them some food because we want them to be creative in this process of transferring their sketches onto the plexiglass. And so it was a very fine lunch that Heather organized for them, and also just laid out all of the parts of the project for them to get a hold of. And again, my students in the class were very much involved with making all these little hundreds of wheels and things like that. And we had a couple of swap students help us out along with Heather, and it went pretty smoothly. And here they are, just transferring, cutting out masks to get these sketches that they made onto the plexiglass. And they were pretty serious and got right into it, and I think enjoyed the process. It was a new thing for them to do, the sandblasting technique, and I was really impressed with the sketches that they made. At the end of the whole session, we hoped to go to the station as a large group and set up the pieces, but it did take a little bit longer than we thought to sandblast them all. So a smaller group met at the station. We just assembled some of the projects in various arrangements. But later, Heather went around to the high schools and got them all together once they were finished. And my class just had fun arranging them in different ways. So there was about 50 of them at this point. So fortunately, it was a sunny day, and the light really has interesting effects on the plexiglass design. Of course, the hockey arena format always seems to creep up. And just amazing, these shadows that are cast. And also amazing was that they fit exactly into the frame of Tread Lightly, like they were made to do. And it inspired my group to go on and make the present piece that's at Niagara Station right now called Placebo 4.9. And this was a little a toast. Do they have champagne in this one? No. Good. To the completion of that project. And I think they really got a lot out of the project. And I think the high school students really appreciated the information about the artwork and the techniques of making this token. And hopefully they will be future Langara students here one day too. So anything to add there, Heather? Yeah, and we're hoping to. It'll happen again. We're talking about it happening again in September of this year. Okay, thank you.